Good afternoon, everyone. And first of all, thanks for your valuable time for today's presence. Please accept my warm welcome on the behalf of Infoblox. Before we start, just give you a quick wrap up on who we are and what we do. The Infoblox got founded in 1999 and our headquarters are based out of Santa Clara. Over the more than 2 decades of the experience, we are into that era of DDI, which is called DNS, DHCP, IP address management, as well as the DNS security, which is a core foundation security solution. Over the years, we have continued to innovate our products, and then we have a lot of acquisitions. We entered into the security space into the year of 2013, and since then that journey continues. In 2019, we have a DNS security as a service which has been directly offered from the Infoblox cloud, and that really shaped up the security during the COVID. And we introduced DDI as a service. We are the only vendor on the earth who provide DNS, DHCP, IP address management as a service, as a serverless architecture. And we have really transformed that entire way of operating the DNS, DHCP, IP address management and the DNS security solution. We have a new CEO joined, Mr. Scott Harrell, who joined in the year of 2023. And we have our own threat intel team who's been operates into that 8 different countries and 5 different time zones. Infoblox by numbers, if you'll say, we have a worldwide presence. We have a 13,000 plus customers across the globe, and we are operating in 154 countries. We have more than 50% of the market share into the enterprise grade DDI and the DNS security solutions. What we provide is, we provide integrated DNS, DHCP, IP address management and the DNS security, because we strongly believe that security is always comes hand in hand with the compliance and the visibility. So we provide the answer of 3 W's, which we call who, when, and where. So at DNS being a protocol which has been used by any IP device which has been connected to the earth, and there we provide not only the DNS, but we provide the visibility and the security at the foundational layer. What we do both. We do networking, we do security. As I mentioned, we strongly believe that security, compliance, and network goes hand in hand. So we ensure that the customers who focus onto the security, definitely we are into the era where the majority of the focus into standardizing and the secure the infrastructure, but it is also very much important that organizations will get the entire visibility, because we believe that we cannot protect what we cannot see. So it is very much important for the organization that you will get the 360-degree visibility, and that visibility comes from the network and the infrastructure, where DNS and the DHCP is the core critical infrastructure of any infrastructure, any network which is using the IP-enabled devices. What we provide is simplified DNS, DHCP, multi-cloud visibility. We provide security from all kind of a malware, ransomware attacks. We help the organization to protect the data from the DNS-based data exfiltration or the infiltrations, as well as we are providing the DNS-centric intelligence. We help in optimizing the SOC initiatives using our SOC Insight solution, and we are also providing DNS security as a solution to protect your DNS infrastructure from any kind of a DNS-based DDoS threats. A leader into that networking and security solutions, what we provide is integrated DDI, DNS responses, and the detection, threat intelligence, which is a shareable to all the different security solutions using our security ecosystem, as well as hybrid and multi-cloud integration, because Infoblox having a ready integration with all the public cloud and the private cloud vendors. This is our product portfolio. The Infoblox solution is, we are the only vendor on the earth who provide DNS security or the DDI, both as in hybrid, on-prem, as in service, all three models. So we are helping the organizations, providing with the flexibility, how they wanted to deploy. Also, we are helping the organization to protect their remote users using our DNS security solution, which is also not only to provide the on-premises security, cloud-based security solution, as well as security for the remote users from the one single pane of a glass. Why it is important, first of all? We must understand that, okay, DNS as a protocol which has been created, it is the interface between the human and the machine. We usually remember names. This is the human tendency and the human nature. So whatever you type, whatever you access on the internet or the internet, you always type name like google.com. But the behavior of the machine, your laptop, your mobile phones, anything which has been connected to the IP, they can only connect and understand the IP addresses. DNS, the protocol which has been creating in the late 90s, it is the interface between the human and the machine, because that converts name to IP. So when you type google.com, it actually converts the google.com into that IP, and then your laptop, your mobile phone, and then you are able to browse the services. But this is very important. Any device connected onto the earth on the IP address requires DNS. Otherwise, that, okay, you are not able to access any application or the services wherever you are. This seems to be simple, but sometimes DNS become a weakest link into the security, though it is very much critical. And that has actually been happening, and especially we have seen over the past 5-6 years how the security landscape has been changed because of the DNS. The challenge is that DNS is a core critical strength, core critical infrastructure, and the 92% of the malwares now rides over the DNS. Means the initial communication in the entire kill chain, 92% of the malwares, ransomware, or the sophisticated threats using DNS. 68% of the companies and the organizations are not monitoring the DNS traffic, because if you start monitoring your DNS traffic using your existing or the legacy solutions, it requires a lot of time and processing power for the security solutions. Protective DNS solutions is now been recommended by not only the private organizations, but although the government has been also sponsoring, as sponsoring means they are also recommending that security should be start from the DNS, and that is the reason the protected DNS is the foundation of the next generation security. In fact, that Government of India with the various guidelines has also introducing the framework to specify that your DNS traffic should be clear, it should filter out the bad traffic, and it should provide the legitimate responses with the various guidelines from the MIT as well as the Government of India as well as RBI with the recent guidelines to bank.in domain migration. They have provided the criticality how that DNS infrastructure has been critical to be get protected, so that this fraud management as well as the phishing kind of threats should be eliminated. SEBI, in their recent CSCRF guidelines, they have also specified the need of a clean DNS traffic in their guidelines, and that is a specific DNS compliances they have mentioned to be adopted by the SEBI regulated entities. Protective DNS, because DNS is the first point of a communication for accessing any application, any services. And that's why the DNS has been now treated as a first line of a defense for protecting the infrastructure, because security cannot be at the perimeter or cannot be at the edge. Security always starts from the foundation. And this is where the DNS works. DNS provide you the security from your foundational to eliminate the threats before it has been start impacting to the infrastructure. And there, as an industry, we have seen that 92% of the threats is being eliminated at the DNS layer before it has been start impacting to that organizations, and provide the quick remediation if you have a visibility, the quick pinpoint the vulnerabilities in your organization. This is where the Infoblox work. Infoblox provide our Blocks 1 threat defense solution. The solution provides the various aspects to protect the DNS or to protect the user using the DNS from the Blocks 1 threat defense, irrespective where they are connected, whether they are connected on premises, whether they are connected to a remote or the branch office, or they are working from home. Because DNS is the first point of a communication, and if the DNS will understand or having intelligence what is good or what is bad, it will help you in prioritizing the threats, means prioritizing the remediation, quickly identify the threats before it will start impacting to your organization by the various means. CISA also recommends the Infoblox for the domain mitigation services, and they have specifically mentioned that Infoblox provide the rich threat intelligence through their Blocks 1 platform and the APIs to that customers, which can better understand, prioritize, and respond to the threats. Why Infoblox? We have our own threat intelligence group, which has been headed by Mr. Rene Burton, who is a 22-year-old veteran into the industry, and he is a veteran of the NSA. We are operating in 20+ researchers in 8 time zones and 5 countries. We have our own team who continuously curate the data, and now we are providing the security from the zero-day DNS. We complement the SASE architecture, as well as we are the only vendor who provide newly observed domain protection. Before it has been categorized as in bad or good, we are helping them, the organization, to protect from newly generated or newly created domains. Infoblox, that by the numbers, we analyze 70 billion events daily, 400,000 malicious suspicious domain discovered and added monthly. We have a 63 days average time before the attacks, and 60% of the attacks which has been detected before it is been categorized as a threat. We have a very less false positive of 0.2%. We help them in protecting infrastructure-based threats as well as the malware-based threat detection using the DNS. That's it from my side today. I'm around. If you have any more questions, you can definitely ask. Thanks very much for your valuable time to listening to this presentation.